Hello everyone, welcome back to Becca's Book Nook. Today I'm going to be doing my August TBR. In my July wrap-up, you guys saw that I read a whopping 13 books. That's crazy for me. I know that some people read like way more than that in a month, but 13 is a pretty big number for me, so it was very exciting. And this month, I think I have 9 books that I'm hoping to read, so I want to just get into those in just a second. I did just quickly want to mention that after the video I posted on last Wednesday went up, I did finish We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal, so that made my total 13 books for July, and I really enjoyed that story. I listened to quite a bit of it and read some of it as well, and I really enjoyed the story. I loved the magic system and all the characters we met. I thought it was just a really fascinating idea, and I loved how it all played out. I'm very excited to get into the second book eventually. Not this month, however, but hopefully another month soon in the future. So without further ado, I am just going to jump into my August TBR. The first book on my list for August is one that I have already started, and it is Last Chance Books by Kelsey Rodkey. This is a story about a girl who works in a family-run, sort of independent bookstore that is competing with a bookstore that just opened across the street, which is like a big box brand bookstore. And she really connects with this guy that comes in to the store, but it turns out his family owns the big box store that she was literally complaining to him about at the beginning of the book. This has crazy ties to You've Got Mail, which is my favorite rom-com. It's basically the same premise as that movie, so I'm so excited to get more into this book and see if there is any other similarities between it and my favorite rom-com. I cannot wait to finish it and see how the story plays out. I'm already in love with our main character. She seems so quirky and fun, and I really just love any character that loves books as much as I do. The next book on my TBR for this month is Caraval by Stephanie Garber, which I've had on my TBR since February. This book is similar to The Night Circus in the way that it is set at a circus or a carnival sort of setting, and it is about our main character Scarlett, who has always dreamt of going to the magical Caraval, and she finally gets there and is just as quickly kidnapped by the orchestrator of the Caraval named Legend. I really don't know all that much more about the book, but I have been excited to read it for months and months and months, and I've just heard so many wonderful things about it. I'm excited to get into this sort of magic-filled world again. I love the magic systems of pretty much everything. It's always so interesting to see how different books portray their magic systems differently. So I'm very excited, and I can't wait to get into this one. Next up on my July TBR is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is a mystery book, which is something I don't typically go for. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a little bit spooky, and yeah, it's a mystery sort of thriller, so it's definitely different. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, but once again, I've heard just the most amazing things about this trilogy, I believe it is, so I really wanted to check it out, step outside of my comfort zone, and see if I enjoyed it as much as I think I will. In this story, we follow Detective Stevie Bell, who digs up a mystery from years in the past that she wants to solve, where a evil person, a villain, a murderer, I'm not quite sure what crimes they committed, they sign all of their crimes saying Truly Devious. So it's going to be interesting. Don't know what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure there's a plot twist. I've only heard a few things, but I have heard that they're all great ones. Next up, we have Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin, which is the sequel to Serpent and Dove, which I read last summer. I have waited so long to read this book because it just came out in softcover, and I have the first one in softcover as well. And I wouldn't have liked it if I had one softcover, one hardcover, so I wanted to wait. I'm weird like that. As I mentioned in my 25 bookish facts about me, I am definitely going to need to give myself a refresher on what happened at the end of Serpent and Dove, just because I've read so many books since I read that one. But I am so hyped to return back to Lou and Reed's story. I feel like we left on a little bit of a cliffhanger last book, and I'm so excited to jump back into it. I love their whole group that they have, and I just loved their dynamic as a group, and I love the story in the last one, so I'm hoping this one is just as good. I haven't really heard that many reviews in my attempts to avoid spoilers, so we'll see how it is. I'm hoping for the best. Next up on my TBR, we have To Have and to Hoax by Martha Waters. This is the first book in her little 1800s rom-com series I think that she has. I'm not even sure if it's a series, to be honest, but I read To Love and to Loathe already, and I absolutely loved it. I have mentioned it in my rom-com recommendations video. It was just so wonderful. I love anything set in the 1800s, and I love just the romance in books like that. As I mentioned before, I just like how every little thing is considered romantic and you could fall in love with someone literally the first time you met them. I'm really excited to jump into this one because it's obviously enemies to lovers, so is To Love and to Loathe. And yes, I'm very excited. Hopefully I get to that this month. Next up is King of Cigars by Leigh Bardugo, where I get to jump back into the world of the Grishaverse and meet back up with my beloved privateer, Nikolai. Nikolai was by far my favorite character in the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and I can't wait to jump back into his story and learn more about what he's been going through. Pretty sure Zoya is also a pretty big character in this book, as well as Rule of Wolves, and I'm excited to sort of learn a little bit more about her character as well. I have heard only good things about this book, and I'm so excited to jump into it. I have missed the Grishaverse a little bit after the absence of not having any more of the show left to watch, so I can't wait to read it and tell you guys my thoughts. Next up on my August TBR is a book that has been on my TBR since like end of January, early February. Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. Yeah, I've been really needing to read this book for months. This duology is one that I have been so interested in reading for so long, and I just decided to read Furyborn before I read this one, and then I've just really been on my sort of rom-com bender, and I haven't really picked up all that many fantasy books lately. So I am very interested to get into this one. I still don't know all that much about it. It's just been on my TBR for so long because I've heard so many amazing things about it. I cannot wait to finally crack it open and get into it. I'm hoping to do that soon, and I will finish it this month. I'm promising myself that I'll finish it this month. And the final book on my August TBR is The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren, which is a book that I have been excited for since it came out. I pre-ordered it and was fully intending on getting to it like the second I got it from the bookstore, but I haven't, clearly. I've had way too many other books on my mind. This story is about a man who works for a genetically DNA, some sort of love matching service, and a girl who goes in with her friend to do it with her, only to discover that she has matched with the creator of this love matching thing, this DNA thing. And she's matched with him, and he asks her to give it a chance because it's genetically DNA tested, proven that they are soulmates and meant to be together. So I'm pretty sure she gives it a chance, even though she's very skeptical in doing so. And yeah, I guess we'll have to see the outcome. I'm assuming they end up together, but I don't really know all that much about it except for what I read on the back. I have heard it's wonderful though, and I've been excited to get into it for months. So that is it for my August TBR. I'm really excited to get into all of these books as I've heard only good things, otherwise I wouldn't have them on my TBR. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm very interested to hear what's on your August TBR for this month, as well as what your favorite book of July was, so please comment down below. If you would like to follow me on any of my other socials, they are also all linked down below. I would love to have some more friends following me on my Bookstagram page because I do like to post there rather often. I post new videos every Wednesday, so make sure to click that subscribe button for more bookish contents and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching me today. I hope you all had a fun time with me today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!